Welcome to session 13 of Project Management Professional Training Series. So session 13 is a quick and short one. It's a continuation of session 12, and it's not kind of a full-blown session, but it's kind of a continuation of the topic which we started in session 12, which is cost. So on cost, we are probably going to do one more session, but this one is absolutely on how we determine the budget. So far we have seen that when we are talking about the project cost, we are talking mainly about the earned value management, right? The planned value, the earned value, and the actual cost. And we also have seen the schedule variance and the cost variance. And finally, we arrived on the formulas to determine the schedule performance index and the cost performance index, which are the key parameters to measure the performance of a project, right? Now, in this session, I'm going to take you through on how to determine the budget of a project. Since now we know a lot about schedule and cost, let's see how do we calculate the budget of a project. So budget, when we talk about, it's one single slide. There is not much like theory into this, but I just want to make sure that we are getting the point pretty much straight. So this is the way the budget is being calculated, and this process is called bottom-up approach. So let me quickly pull up my annotation here. And we are going right from the bottom here, from the activity, and slowly getting into all the pointers and getting into something called the entire budget of the project. Okay, so first of all, let's start on the bottom. The activity estimates. We already have seen that we are breaking down the project scope into number of activities, right? So now these activities, let's say that like develop the design or review the design or capture the local laws and all that. These are the different kind of activities that we have got on the project, right? And we estimate each of the activities saying that this will cost us maybe $100. This also will be 100, this will be $150 and so on, right? Now, above the activity estimates, we have got something called the work package estimate. So we combine similar kind of activities into work packages. Let's say in this case, developing the design and reviewing the design are pretty much similar. They come under one umbrella of the package, which we call it the design package. And the design package, the total cost of it is $200 because 100 plus 100, right? And then we have got this regulation analysis package on which we have got this particular activity captured in, where we are capturing the local laws and the regulations. So like this, we formulate the different kind of the work packages we have got. Maybe project management work package, or maybe something else like the audio video work package and so on. So different kind of work packages are coming in into this stage. If we are talking about, let's say, the build of a car, then we will say the design is one work package. The regulation part is one more work package, where we are talking about the different laws, the local laws, the fuel emission rules and all that, right? The standards and all that stuff. And we can have other work packages like, let's say, the electronics in the car. Okay, then we can have a work package like the safety in the car and so on. So different kind of similar kind of activities can be given into a work package. Now once we get the work packages, then we are getting into something called control account estimate. Now this is something which I've explained to you in the WBS. Control account is nothing but you are basically getting into the verticals of the work packages. Okay, and you are giving them a control account name, basically to check from the finance standpoint also that, okay, I gave you $1,000 to spend on the project. Let me see on which verticals you have spent the most and how much you have spent that $1,000 over all the verticals in the program or the project. So control account is something where you're telling, okay, A1 is for the design where the value is $200, and A2 is for the regulation, which is for $150, right? So in this way, you can track it in the future. The more you spend, the more you can say, okay, for design, we have this year spent on this car, like say $20,000, okay? And out of the $1 lakh which we received as the budget, that tracking can be done at the later stage. And then your team will also know that, looking at the success of the product, like how much we should be spending for the design in the upcoming models and all that. Finally, we have got something called the project estimates. Now this is called the cost aggregation, like the addition of all the cost or all the control account which you have got on the bottom, you add all the numbers and you get into a number which we called the aggregation of all the cost, and that is called the project estimate. That will come here to $200 plus $150, which is $350, right? And then we have got something called contingency reserve. The contingency in reserve is given in every project. Every wise project manager will be having some kind of contingency reserve in his project to know, to solve the known unknowns. You know that the inflation rate will increase, okay? And then you know that next year the labor charge will increase. So you're keeping a little bit of contingency in your project plan so that next year when you're going to add more manpower or add more contractual people, you're not getting into a deficit of the budget. So a little bit of contingency like reserve will be there, and these are all for known unknowns. Okay. Now, once we add this all up, like activity estimate, followed by work package, followed by control account, which is the finance part, then followed by the project estimates, and then contingency reserve by the PM. So the PM will be adding the contingency reserve in coordination with the sponsor, of course. And then you get something called the cost baseline. So cost baseline is something which will be developed by the PM with the help of his team, of course. And till here is the visibility of the PM. Okay, this is called the $400, which we get completely with the contingency cost, and we are telling, okay, this is the cost baseline. But that is not the actual budget of the project. That is what the PM knows. Okay, now the management will look into this, and they always know that there will be something like a unknown in the entire plan, which we are not knowing right now, which we have seen in almost all the years we have done like projects, and we have seen that yes, always there have been some unknowns in the project cost. So they will be saying, okay, we will add a little bit more number, maybe 15% or 20% of the overall like cost baseline, and then it will come into something called a cost budget. So your cost budget is something $440. But when you talk about cost baseline, which the PM knows, and he plugs that with his stakeholder, that is always this part. This part is kept with the management. The PM will not know this. What is the management reserve? It's only in situation of urgency he will reach out to his senior boss and tell that, hey, we are running out of finance because of XYZ, which we are not knowing in the beginning. And the senior boss can pull out some money saying that, yeah, we kept a little bit of money for this project in the beginning. So yeah, you are blessed, and you got this money now. Okay, that's how it works out. So this is the way the budget is to be determined. Now, if you look into, again, a PM tool where if you want to determine the cost and the budget, it's very simple. You just add in the activities. You basically create the WBS, and on the WBS you create the activities, and then you put in the dollar value for each of the activities, and all of the rest is done by the tool itself. It's automation there. But like I said, for PMP exam, you should be knowing all these things manually. The thing which can be asked in the exam and normally asked is cost baseline, the difference between the contingency reserve and the management reserve. So always say that the project estimate plus the contingency reserve, which is known unknowns, is the cost baseline. And the cost baseline plus the management reserve, which is unknown unknowns, that is the cost budget. The PM has got no say in this management reserve. Okay. So that's all about the determination of the budget. And like I said, it was a pretty quick training session, and I wanted to just ensure that we are going through this particular lesson and getting the budget part straight. The upcoming session, I will talk about the kinds of the cost we have got, and we'll try to do one or two more sample problems to ensure that we are having the concepts correct. Okay, with that, we came to the end of the training session. I hope you all liked it, you enjoyed it, and thank you all for watching it. Wish you all a great day and a great time.